Could MATIC be one of the leaders in a potential alt-season rally over the next coming weeks and months? In this video, I'm going to explain the reasons why I believe so, as well as take a look at some TP areas for both the USDT and BTC pairs, and also review the TA we did on MATIC in that last video back in November. So if you do enjoy our content, please do like and consider subscribing to the channel. Helps us grow and we really do appreciate it. So let's get straight into things. MATIC USDT chart on the weekly time frame. And as I discussed back in that video, back in November the 11th, I believe it was. So if we just quickly take a look on the daily, where price was back on November 11th, you can see we were up here at around about 80 cents. So not much has actually changed in 2 months. We're about 93 cents. So we've gone up a little bit, but the analysis remains the same. If we take a look on the weekly time frame, we are in this big weekly time frame range high being $1.17, range low being 43 cents, mid-range coming in about 77 cents. Now you could break this up and have two separate ranges. So the weekly mid-range being this local range low, and as you can see, if you actually look back all the way through from May 2021 all the way through to present day, it has been a very strong and clear level of support and resistance. You can see it's not really been chopped through at all. You can see it's been respected all the way through. So you could argue that this is its own separate range, and it is holding the range lows here at 77 cents. Nice test this week, nice strong bounce, and as you can see, still looking pretty good. So as I said in that video back in November, you want to be getting all your buying done before we break out of this weekly range high up here at $1.77. So you can see we had this deviation back here back at the beginning of the year, or beginning of last year, I should say now, where we tapped $1.56 and came back down. So profit areas, as you can see from that video, let's just take a quick look at what those returns would be from present day. So if you decided to start accumulating your bag here, as I say, still not a bad area, holding this weekly mid-range, or if you wanted to call that a range low, and still plenty of room for upside. So as you can see, up to that first TP, up to that $1.60 area, you're still looking at a 70% return. If we go to the TP2, 110%, which is coming in around just before $2, so about front running that slightly, about 197-ish. Next one up at $2.40, 162%, and then finally all the way back up to all-time highs at just shy of $3, about $2.90-ish, 213%. So as you can see, still lots of gains in there to be made, but the main reason why I'm looking at MATIC at the moment is the ETH narrative. So of course, it's layer one for Ethereum, and anything that's good for Ethereum is going to be good for MATIC. So if we take a look at the ETH USD chart, not only are we looking at a really strong breakout in the USD pairing above 2,500, but also ETH BTC. This is what everyone's talking about now that the Bitcoin ETF narrative is out the window or been and gone. ETH BTC, you can see huge bidding happening here, and it's breaking not only this weekly bearish trend line, as you can see, but this weekly resistance here at 0.057, which has been a key level of support and resistance all the way back from 28th of June 2021. You can see it was support here, strong resistance in June, July 2022. Once it broke that, it went all the way up to the monthly range highs of 0.08, and as you can see, it was resistance here as well back in the 6th and 13th weeks of 6th and 13th of November last year. So very key weekly candle close, and I think if we close this weekly candle above 0.057, that is the green light for ETH and alt. And as I say, what's good for Ethereum is good for MATIC. Also, another reason why I think MATIC could be a really big leader in this rally is if we go to the BTC chart. Before we take a look at TP areas and current price action, if we take a look at this rally it had all the way through from June 2022 up until November 2022. Now, as you probably remember, the market was very bearish at that time. Nothing was performing well. Very few alts were performing well, but MATIC was, as you can see. This strength against Bitcoin in the bear market is something to note, and it's something that BNB did very well back in the last cycle in 2018 as well. So something to watch out for, and obviously BNB did very well in the following bull market. So that's just something to keep an eye on. MATIC may well continue to may well outperform again in this current environment. So let's take a look at the BTC side of things. Again, if we go to the monthly, we've got this monthly range. So range high at 2,418 sats. Range low coming in at 1,722, and that's a mid-range at 2,083 sats. As you can see, still chopping around in this range. You want to be getting your buying done before we break out the range high. And we've already had a nice test of this monthly range low this month, or in fact this week, down at 1,722 sats, and a nice strong positive reaction, which is exactly what you want to see if you're bullish on it. And to be honest, even if you go, oh well, I feel like I've missed the bottom now, not really. From the BTC pair, it's only up 20%, which isn't that bad if you think you're going to hold this, you know, breaking out of the range high and beyond. And again, another reason why I'm quite bullish on MATIC, especially in the BTC pair, as I've shown time and time again. Apologies if you've seen this multiple times, but if we go to the ADA BTC chart, this is the chart I always like to show people. Be careful about holding on to all-time highs because they don't always happen. ADA BTC back in 2018 topped out at 8,740 sats. In the most recent cycle, 2021, it topped out at 6,000 sats, so didn't reach those all-time highs. However, if we take a look at MATIC BTC hit its all-time highs in the bear market. So it reached the same level against BTC in a bear market in the depths of November 2022 as it did in May 2021, which was of course the cycle high. So I think MATIC could have a really good run, and as I keep saying, anything that's good for Ethereum is good for MATIC. So let's take a look then at, if you were converting some BTC into MATIC here, what kind of returns you could be looking at. So a test of this weekly level of resistance here, which is your first sort of hurdle, you're looking at a return of 40%, so that's around 2,800 sats. TP2 up here at 3,665-ish sats, you're looking at a return of 80%. Big level of resistance there, and as I've said before, what you could do, convert a little bit from MATIC back into BTC, see if we come back down, retest this previous TP as support, and go again. TP3 up here at 4,500 sats, you're looking at a return of 125%, which is nice. Penultimate TP here up at 5,700 sats, you're looking at about 183%. Again, huge level of resistance here. And then finally, back up to those all-time highs of 6,600 sats, you are looking at a return of 225%. So looks really good. As I've explained, I think there's some really good reasons to be bullish on MATIC going into what is a potential alt season and altcoin rally, especially Ethereum led. There are obviously other Ethereum based assets, but as I've said, MATIC is kind of been proven. It's been around for at least one cycle, and it's proven itself in the bear market, so might be one to definitely consider if you are going for that ETH narrative. So hope you enjoyed the video. I will link the previous MATIC video. If you've got any suggestions for videos you would like us to cover, then drop them in the comments below. Also, drop below in the comments anything you think. Are you buying MATIC? Are you taking profit? What are your areas? What are your reasons, etc.? Drop it all in the comments below, and look forward to reading it. So have a good weekend, and we'll catch you next week.